Hi, it's Russ from Product Expert, and I've got myself a pre-release copy of Hybrid 3 so I can show you the new features. And there's a number of them, and we'll go into those features in a while. You'll notice straight away that the GUI has changed. It's now a sexy black, and it now has a number 3 after the word hybrid, denoting obviously that it's version 3. If you click on that as well, you get the release number as well, down to almost pi there in the case of this one. Anyway, but what I want to do first, for those that aren't used to hybrid, it was part of the instrument expansion pack in Pro Tools originally. It was a purchase option within Pro Tools. It was a synth, and it became part of the bundle in Pro Tools instrument expansion pack. Then when Air came away from Avid, it then became the instrument expansion pack, and this was the synth within it. And I'll give you a quick show and tell of the synth, and then we'll look at the evolution of it as a synth. So it's always had 3 oscillators and 2 synth engines built in. So oscillator 1, 2, and 3. Everything from subtractive to wavetable, all the regular shapes. And then you have dual filtering there, DCF and VCF controlled filters with a full set of filters from low pass, high pass, band pass, and an overdrive and distortion section built in. Then we have a filter envelope for the filters. We have an amplifier envelope, and we have a mod envelope and LFOs, and several of them as well. So you can see 1, 2, 3 LFOs, and a pumper section which came in version 2. So again, in mod envelope, there's 2 there. And then we have the amplifier section, which in the original one had chorus delay and reverb. And then we also have a second version of that, so we can basically stack 2 synths, so 2 3 oscillator synths stacked together to get some pretty big sounds. Then each part has a sequencer as well, which could be used as a note sequencer to play back melodies, and it could also be used to route back to in the modulation section, so you can actually use the sequencer to drive the pan, for example, or drive the velocity or the pitch, whatever you want to do. So a really powerful step sequencer, and you could then use the phrases that it comes with here, and also import MIDI phrases. So it's very powerful, that, and it can be used either, say, as a melodic thing or to run actually modulation sources from it. Then we have a common section, which can run things in unison, set things like the pitch and stuff. So it's kind of the back engine room to the synth. And then we have a fully powered effects section, which has reverbs, choruses, the whole shooting match, compressors, the lot, and then we have the controls of that chorus delay and reverb down here. So that's kind of the master section to these things, which we have in here. Now, then in version 2, we got the pumper, and we got some extra stuff in the noise section in later iterations of it as well. What they've done with version 3 is that they've really upped the ante in terms of the sonics. And so basically they've dealt with, when you get out of the box, the kind of instant gratification factor, and that's been done in a variety of ways. The first thing they've done is they've created a huge set of new patches and sounds, many of them aimed at the dance market. So we're going to listen to some in a while. So as you can see, thousands of sounds, and also, of course, they've still great news is that you've still got the V2 patches if you need them. There they are. There's the patches it came with last time. So in addition to those patches, we've now got all these new patches, as you could see. In some cases, there's hundreds of them. So we'll look at those in a while. So the first thing is loads of new presets, and they do sound great. They're very inspirational, and as a composer, you want stuff to inspire you when you are writing. So, well, as I say, we'll have a listen in a while, and you can check those out. Then there's a number of other changes to it as well. One of the changes is we now have this hype engine, which is basically increases the harmonics at the bottom end or the top end, and it can really change the sound. Now, in particular, hype low on the really bassy stuff, turn a sub on, and suddenly you go from sort of regular bass to something with some real balls that's going to shake the room. And hype high can really give you that lovely soaring, sparkly top end. So that's one area it's changed. So that's new. The second area you'll find it's new is in the common section. Now we have this doubling feature, which allows you to, again, to make sounds much richer and much deeper, and I'll show you that when I've got a sound up. And in the third area, we now have lots of instant gratification in terms of the step sequences, some of the phrasing, but also we now have the ability to link stuff. So originally what you would have is these would only run as steps like this, but now we can press these buttons, we can link and have longer note sections together It denotes that with the green legend there on the button. And of course, you can then undo that again and just use them one at a time. So again, it's just basically 16 steps now. So it gives you more variety in the step sequencer as well. So Hype Engine, doubling, new features in the step sequencer, and shed loads of really, really brilliant presets. So let's give you that show and tell now. As I say, lots of dance-based presets. Here's a trance preset. Now the good thing is as well is that what they've then done is that they've often, if you move the mod wheel, then the sound gives you a completely different sound, or a variety on the same sound. So lots of performance possibilities there. So I'll just play a few. So these are the kind of dance-based stuff. So the pumper's really working there. Now that came in version 2. Now let me show you the Hype Engine now, what this sounds on. Now in particular the bottom end, that really puts some really low sub information in there. Now put some headphones on or a sub and you'll hear that that hype low really working. Now you might think, is this just a dance synth now? Well, the great thing is that the presets, as I say, there's absolutely hundreds. I could sit here for hours just going through it. But let me then show you some of the sequence stuff. So there's really beautiful stuff. So I found this one, Introspection. Let me turn this one on and just listen to this one. It's beautiful. Now this is why I open Omnisphere sometimes. And one of the things about synths as a composer is you're trying to find sounds that are really inspiring. You know, I sat last night for about 30 minutes just with this sound, just coming up with an idea for a song. Now you can hear as well those sounds in the background. They're being driven on the morph using Aftertouch. So as I'm pressing harder, so let's leave that on for a second. Now I can bring that in also with the mod wheel, but let's now go into the common section, and you can see this has got a doubler on. Now if I turn that off, you can hear instantly much flatter. Let's turn it back on. Much more space in there. Beautiful sound, beautiful sound. So that's the doubling section and more sounds. Let me give you some more sounds. There's just, as I say, we could be here all day, which you don't have. But I have to say that one area I think in the past that people have struggled with hybrid is although there's been some great sounds in the past, that hasn't been that kind of instant inspiration and instant gratification. Now, with the hype engine, with the doubler, and we'll look at the step sequencer in a second as well, and the way that can work now. But with the presets have really taken it to a new level, and you can instantly turn it on. Within 5 minutes, you can have some sounds that you're thinking, "Wow, that's something really, really worth trying to do a song with." So. Sounds like that. It's beautiful. Lovely sweet sound. Now this is where you can really start to hear some stuff in the hype engine. Don't know if you can hear there's a kick drum at the bottom there. And that's, we pull the filter down here, we can start to hear it doing some cool stuff. Go to section B. You can hear there on the kick drum there. Of course, as you can see as well, I can then go into these sections. I can turn that kick drum down a bit. What I've got to do as well is come in the common section, the effects section. Put a crusher on that kick drum. New order. Let me show you the sequencer now and how that can work on this sound in particular. So if we go to the sequencer here, we can see you've got 4 on the floor here. So what I could do is I could triple the rate up here. And now our kick drum's doing something different. So, lots of variation there. Let's move on to something else. So we can now join stuff together. So we join stuff together here. Which is nice. Now linking those notes gives you much more variety in the sequencer section. So the sequencer is much more powerful as well, the step sequencer. But I'm just going to go through some more sounds. Of course, there's now wobbles as well, for those that want to do dubstep. And we really want to shake the room. And there's a whole section of wobbles. So they've really worked hard on delivering the sounds. Then a whole section of sequence bass. Let me play some of those. Miami Vice is back. And again, mod wheel changing it. So lots of really cool stuff for dance. As I say, when it comes to instant gratification, they have really nailed it this time. And again, that bass is steaming, but the hype low in and really go in for it. Air music in Germany. Couldn't have a synth without some craft work. So of course there's all that stuff then, as I say. Also there's just some fantastic stuff. So if we come back into like the pads, some really lovely soft pads. So the aftertouch there. Check the hype engine on that. There's no doubling on that either. That's beautiful. And of course assignments are very quick, so if we wanted to grab the cutoff here, for example, I can right mouse click that, learn the CC. Straight away I've now got that on my mod wheel. And again, lots of organic. And the truth is, when it comes to synths, if we look back through history, when I bought a DX7, a D50 and M1, it was those early moments when you turned it on and you heard a DX7 piano for the first time, or the bass, or you heard Fantasia on a D50, or you heard Universe on an M1, or you turned on a Jupiter 8 and you heard the pads. And the reality is it's the sounds that matter. And in the third iteration of hybrid, they've grabbed hold of this truth. And now you turn it on, and there are sounds. And I feel sure that as I'm going through this, that I'm going to start hearing these sounds in tracks, because some of them, as I say, some of them have inspired me to start writing new stuff. And that's got to be a good thing, because it is all about the music. And adding just so much balls to the sound now with the hype engine. And again, there's my mod wheel. So if you're writing scores or much less poppy stuff, then there's a whole lot of stuff in here for you as well. Of course, a sound like that, and then you could add some serious delay in and reverb and really make it big. And we'll just unassign that now. We'll just kill that one. Forget the CC on that. And but there's lovely analog strings. Beautiful. What I'm trying to do is keep this as short as possible, but there's so much good stuff in here that you could spend hours going through it. Of course, there's arpeggios built in as well. There's the sequence stuff, and I played you just a few of those, but there's just hundreds and hundreds. So just scratching the surface of the sounds really for you there. But to kind of summarize, hybrid has always been a synth that I've loved, but it has been one of those ones that I think a lot of people haven't had instant gratification from. They've not had that DX7 piano moment or that D50 Fantasia. Well, I have to say that the team have worked incredibly hard on improving the sound engine, improving the sequencer, and obviously providing us with lots of amazing presets that we will find instantly inspirational for the tracks. Often when you get an update like this, it can feel quite minor, but I have to say this is the best version of hybrid so far, and I can't wait to see what other people think when they get hold of it. Pricing for the upgrade for those that have it hasn't been finalized yet. I have it on good authority that they're really making sure that they look after the existing user base. So I can't say any more than that. I don't want to say anything to build up people's hopes, and at the same time I don't want to say anything that isn't true either. So as I say, I understand that they're really making sure that they take care of the community that already own this product. But I have to say, huge thumbs up. It's if you've never thought about hybrid before, but if you've looked at hybrid in the past and you sort of passed on it thinking there are other synths that are better, then I have to say this is one mean beast now that has enormous amounts of energy, enormous amounts of personality, and again, a synth needs to have that. So check it out, and big thumbs up from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.